Everybody, let's sing happy birthday.
Hello guys, welcome to the surprise live. I have some news to share, and some wishes to give. On the 26th of this month, it is our birthday, the page and the group and also the admin's turn 1. I wanted to help expose scammers like CMC, but I wanted to be different. I did not want to follow a crowd, or just focus on one thing. I wanted to make a page that felt like a person, that felt like people could go to them, to help them and listen, someone who they could confidently speak to, so I created the Alpha Hunter page nearly a year ago. I also wanted a group, so people did not feel alone, but I did not want a boring Facebook group, or followers. I did not want to say family, I wanted something stronger. I wanted a pack, so I created the Alpha Pack. That's you, guys. Sorry my voice went a little weird then. You guys have stuck by me, with my live streams and videos. You have also inboxed me to check if I was okay, and I could not thank you enough. I think I can safely say that I know some pack members have made real life friends. They stick by each other, support each other. It's crazy, even on social media, you can create a bond that is hard to break, and that is why we are a pack. But when I first started, it was just me managing the page and the pack. It was getting very overwhelming and I had personal issues to deal with. I was starting to struggle. I was doing live streams, making videos, managing the pack, all by myself. It was very hard, so I needed help, but I wanted to protect myself, and I wanted to protect others who inbox me privately. I also wanted to protect the people who would help me. I would never want their identities public. And by now you all know, I like to do things differently. I did not want to call them admins. I wanted them to feel like they are a part of something. I did not want them to feel like they are managing a normal Facebook page. I wanted the pack to go to them, if I was not around or busy. I wanted the pack to feel safe with them. I was Alpha Hunter and I had a pack. All I needed was betas, so I created Beta Hunter. Without these guys we probably would not be here. They have helped manage the pack, they have helped manage the comments, and helped with live streams. They have even started to do giveaways for the pack, little coasters with our logo. It is the small things that matter in life, and one of the biggest things is feeling like you are a part of something, showing how much you are appreciated, showing how much you are loved even on social media. A small gesture can do wonders for someone. So I think I can say, they deserve to celebrate as much as we do. So on the 27th of this month, at 6 CST and 5 EST. Also, this will be 12 a.m. UK time. We will be having a birthday party. We will be live all night, with lots of surprises. We will be taking a trip down memory lane. We will be having open discussions. And what's a birthday party without presents and party games? We will be doing giveaways on the live. The best thing about StreamYard is that we can see all the comments on the Alpha Hunter page, Beta Hunter page, and YouTube. They are all merged into one, so everyone can join. Also, I know a few of you have told me that Ashley wants to only speak to me. I can offer you this. Because of time, you can join. I can promise you, if you come up, you will not feel pushed in a corner. I will personally keep an eye on comments. I will not let anyone bully you, and as you know, I play fair. If anyone talks over you, I will mute them for you to have your say. Of course, it goes both ways, so I will mute yourself if you talk over my betas, and that is fair. I would hate you to go live with me and feel like you will be ripped apart or bullied, or for people to twist what you are saying. That will not be the case. I am a man of my word, and I give you my word, Ashley. So now I am going to pass you over to the betas. We are going to replay the last two lives from Ashley. I know Ashley's videos are out of sync, and it is very annoying, but I can't do anything about it. I personally put my device on speaker, then do things around the house, or go on my laptop whilst listening. I hope that helps. I want to wish a massive happy birthday to a few of my betas. Tig's birthday is today. Rooster's birthday was Sunday, and Minnie's was on Friday. It's happy birthdays all around. I hope you guys enjoyed your birthday, and a massive happy birthday from me and the Alpha Pack. Now I will hand you guys over.
Hello, everyone. So glad y'all can join us tonight. We're excited. We hope y'all are excited too.
Hey, everyone.
Hi.
Hello.
We're hoping that Ashley will join us. I know the invitation's been given. If she is, then this would be a great opportunity to just have an adult conversation with her. So we are asking for everybody to remember that, to give her a chance to speak if she comes in. Give us a chance to speak when she comes in. We couldn't do this without all of you. And I know there's no way that any of this could happen if we didn't have y'all helping us and voicing your opinion. And we want to thank y'all. But I want to take this opportunity to especially thank Alpha for creating this page, for making us aware. I know I myself, before I ever started watching, really had no idea that people could get on the internet and scam. I didn't even really know what that meant. But I do know that this is going to be the tomorrow for my kids. And I'm glad that I've learned the knowledge and what to look for and what I can pass on to my children and hopefully to theirs.
So right.
Thank you for all the happy birthdays, everyone.
Happy birthday, Dottie. Yours was on the 6th, I see. We've got a few minutes, so we don't mind answering any questions, or if you'd like to say anything for us to say out loud, just put it in your comments and we'll repeat it. That's right, Tina. It's not the size of a gift, it's the thought. And we certainly think so highly of y'all. And that's why we do the gifts, because we want you to know how much you're appreciated.
Robin, happy birthday to your husband.
And thank you, Carol Blair, for the birthday wishes.
I know some of y'all have been here the whole time. We thank you. If you've been here for 10 months or longer, give yourself a hands up or a thumbs up so we can see that.
Cindy, we're grateful for all of you too. We couldn't do any of this without all of you.
Lindsay, the latest on CMC actually is not a whole lot. She's not really doing anything out of line. It looks and appears, if you're going by what you see and hear, that she's actually following some of the guidelines. I know for some of us that's hard to believe when you've watched her for 6 or 7 years and that's never happened. Now, if she's somewhere else with another page, we haven't found it. We haven't found anything. We keep an eye on her. We don't show her lives in our page because there's really nothing there to see. So if it's something that you want to go and see, that's up to you. But as far as we're concerned right now, we're just basically watching, making sure, we kind of need to give ourselves a job well done. You guys helped bring about, hopefully, someone who's not going to be lying and scamming and trying to get money when it's not needed. She's not doing that. So, job well done.
I'm here now, guys.
Yay.
Sorry about that.
Birthday, Tig.
Molly
Thank
Teef said that
you.
her pupils have been pinpoint lately and she's slowly slipping. Okay, so I want to address something. There's a lot of people that I see goes on her, and I'm not taking up for her by any means, but just because her pupils are a certain size doesn't necessarily mean she's doing drugs. I'm sure that she's getting tested. Um, I'm quite certain she's getting tested. Um, it's not that easy to get away with it when they're watching you as close as they are her. But just because the size of someone's pupils online doesn't mean they're necessarily doing something, because lights can change that too.
Mm-hmm.
But I know what you're talking about. I've seen it before, but that's just something I had been seeing a lot of people comment on and wanted to address. Okay. Lanny Robbins wants us to do a crispy hand thing. He is a scammer and he needs to be stopped too. The reason we haven't touched on him is he's a beggar. He states what the money's going to be used for, and for some unknown reason, people send it to him. And there's a difference between a scammer and a beggar. And Chris is definitely a beggar.
Let's see, Antoinette says, Piper Betas, thank you for the thank you card and the gift card from winning the game. I received it the other day. Congratulations, Antoinette, and we're glad that you received that. Thank you for being a part of the pack.
Facebook user, you have mentioned Heather. I'm sorry that Heather scammed you. I see where you've stated that she did. We've looked into Heather. We're watching Heather. She has a lot of people profiling her right now. At first, we thought this was someone who just wanted to get as many views as she could. So she was acting out and doing whatever she had to make sure she got the following and the views. And right now, that seems to have turned, and she does seem to be lying and setting people up, not sending out things that she says she's going to. So we are watching her. We are looking to see, there are so many guys that we almost have to pick and choose. Sometimes we pick and choose based on if someone's not profiling them, then that's someone extra that you can be watching, and not everybody profiling the same person when there's 20 others that need to be seen that we need to profile. So we kind of weigh it. We're trying to get that word out there as fast as possible to as many as possible, about as many as possible too.
continue on.
I wanted to address something. Someone made a comment earlier about she's still getting that money in private. Probably she is. I'm quite certain both of them probably are. But unfortunately, that's something that we don't know, and we can't really say that they are because we don't see it. She's definitely got a classy way of getting those stars though, without breaking protocol and rules. But I mean, there's no way for us to know, and it's not really anything we can do about it at that point if she is.
Okay, Carla Kinder asked, she looked really paranoid when the cops told her to go inside. You know, she was a narc in the past. Is she still a narc? I wonder. In my opinion only, I believe that she was an informant to stay out of jail and a snitch, basically. And first, she told the officers no, which I thought was rather degrading if you used to claim to be one. But then when they did make her go inside, yeah, she looked a little paranoid, but I think that's because her mouth overloaded another part of her being.
Carol wants to know who Ashley is. Ashley Hausman is someone we've been following for a while now, and covering her. We believe that and have shown proof that she has scammed money from people. So we've been making people aware of that. She has a page called Diary of a Mad White Woman, and that is who Ashley is.
Connie, you asked, why would people send their hard-earned money? And Cassie has a good point when she said, because people are kind and naive. And it hasn't been too long ago, especially for me at my age, when we really never doubted when someone said they needed help. We held out our hands and helped because we never really doubted that they didn't. But we've gotten to a time, unfortunately, where people will ask for help and they don't really need it because they're doing either things that are illegal, they're just downright lazy, they don't care, the compassion and empathy for someone else isn't there. And it's sad because most of the time the elderly are targeted because there was a time in their lives when you helped your neighbor without question. You brought food to people when they needed it. You did what you could. You gave what you could. People still need to do that because that's the right thing to do and the compassionate thing to do. Unfortunately, now we have to be careful that what we're doing is giving and not enabling, that we're actually helping someone and not harming them. Allowing someone to continue in the pattern that they're in and the lifestyle that they're in by financially backing them is never helping them. And a lot of people say, well, I'll give my money who I want to give my money to. And when I give it to them, I don't care what they do with it. We should all be good stewards of our money. We earned it. It was hard earned money. At least for most of us, it was hard earned money. And you should take into account that you need to be a good steward with what you do with your money. Don't just throw it out the window, and be sure you're helping someone.
Carla Kinder again says, stay out of jail for what? CMC was thrown in jail for 2 weeks because of she was behind on her child support, went to court, and she was told to stay off all substances as part of her probation. They popped her with a UA, and she spent 2 weeks in jail. And if now there's a thing that she cannot ask for any donations on any platform, or for people to send her money for any reason. So that's kind of shut down her game.
April says, does anybody know what her medical condition is? And I'm assuming you're referring to Ashley. She has quite a list of medical conditions, both mental health and physical health, that she claims to have. It seems to be ever growing. including autism. And I think I'm going to pass this one off to Rooster if she has even if you don't have the list in front of you, I think you can remember a few more of them than I can if you have a chance.
I see where some people are bringing up the fact, kind of questioning, does she have COPD? I do believe she has COPD. What stage? I have no idea. And she wants to keep bringing that up as an issue that it's doubted that she has COPD. What we try to do is to stay focused on the issue at hand, which is scamming, lying about why you need money, and lying about what you did with the money. So these are the things that we focus on, because if you watch carefully, when someone's scamming, they're going to do their best to deflect and pick up something else that's being said that's irrelevant, that really doesn't have anything to do with the problem.
Pants on Fire was saying, please tell me who Heather is. There's two different Heathers. There was a Heather that we covered for a while that we did make a connection to her in CMC. If you want to go back on the page and look, you can find that information. The other Heather, I think, is someone that someone else is covering. We do not cover her. I do not know her last name. But that's the only two Heathers that I know about.
Tina Peck asked, is CMC in jail? Is that what I heard? No, she was in jail at one time. This has been several months ago. And it was only for 2 weeks for failing a UA for probation. And that's all she was sentenced to 2 weeks. And then they put some more stipulations on her as far as probation goes.
I didn't realize I had my mic muted, but somebody asked about what Ashley's conditions are. She has quite a long list of them. And Rooster, could you give them an idea of some of the things that she said she has?
Sure. She has generalized anxiety disorder, high levels of anxiety, agoraphobia, panic disorder, depression, autism spectrum disorder, COPD terminally, bipolar, ADD, migraines, hypoxia caused, sleep apnea, OCD, PTSD, arthritis, body dysmorphia disorder, ADHD, socialized anxiety disorder, sensory processing disorder, hypertonia, and fibromyalgia at this point. There are others. Let me go back here.
Okay.
Paige asked a question and I missed that. So let me just scan back. If y'all can give me a second, I want to address that. Did Ash get invited to this live? Yes, Paige, she did. She was invited to the live. We have invited her several times to join us. We reached out. I don't know if some of you caught the live where we were actually able to just try to calmly go in and just ask some plain, simple questions. She calmed down and was able to answer them. And I thought she answered them to the best of her ability. We didn't necessarily agree with the answers, but it was a normal adult conversation. That's all we're asking for. And the reason why, we would like to do that is it actually would help her, because if she's claiming that she's being stalked and she's being harassed and she's scared and she's trying to focus that on us, when she says us, that's the page, we'd like to be able to clarify and try to help her understand that that's not what we're doing and that's not what's happening. You would think that she would be interested in finding out that this isn't true, that this isn't going on, that she would want some answers, but I don't think she's interested in getting answers. I think this is more about drama.
Okay. I had a question and I kind of sort of slipped by me. Hold on a second. I'm going to pass till I find that question.
Okay. Cindy, and I'm going to butcher your last name. Scirino. What I would like to know is, do you think that Chris Hahn gets support from either welfare or Social Security? And if so, why is he allowed to ask for money and he doesn't have to report his income that he's making? I do not know what Chris Hahn gets. I can honestly say I have maybe watched one live that he's done. He asks for help to pay his rent. He asks for food, but he always does show the people what he spent the money on, and it usually is exactly as he says it is. So I wouldn't know. I know that he was living with his mother till she passed away, and now I'm not really sure what the situation is with his money.
I saw someone ask if Ashley still has her kids. Yeah, she's never had her children taken away. She has a 17-year-old and an 11-year-old, Laura and Lindy. And yes, so yes, she has her daughters.
And Kathy, Ashley's living arrangements right now, she has her husband, who is Neil. She has her two daughters, Lindy, who is 17, who is autistic, Laura, who is 11, who is high functioning autism. Then she has a roommate named Walt, who is an alcoholic. Walt came into the picture when she met Tim, and Tim is her boyfriend. Tim has lived with them. He's not living with them today. He plans on moving back in once they move, because they are moving again. The Colorado Coalition for the Homeless has agreed to provide them a hotel for up to a year free of charge while they work on getting them a house. The reason why they agreed to do that is because, according to Ashley, she gave them her financial information and Neil's financial information. What concerns us is that she also has two other people, Walt and Tim, who live there, who also have an income that's not being reported. Not only do they have an income, they all have food stamps. So that's 3 food stamps coming in, plus 4 incomes that are coming in. So the concern is working the system is a problem that we all see and we're all facing. That's what we're trying to make people aware of too. When you're working the system like that, it's unbelievable the amount of money that's actually giving to them, not from the government, but just by their panhandling and income, and the government providing so much for free. Their cash flow is far more than any of us could ever imagine.
Okay, someone asked a question back, and I sort of lost who it was. They asked, how do we know that Ashley's using? Well, there's multiple videos. She's not very good at hiding what she does. Actually, I just found the video, and I'm trying to get it sent somewhere. It's still loading, but maybe it'll be loaded by the time I'm done talking. And if Alpha maybe can play it for us. Y'all listen to this video and you tell me that she's not using. She's either using or she's a narc, one or the other. Because my brother, it was the same way that Ashley is. Thank God he got himself straight. But you don't ask for things like she's going to ask for and be okay. You also don't fall asleep on live like she falls asleep on live. Some people can say, well, that's because her oxygen. No, that's not her oxygen. Trust me, it's not because her oxygen's too low. It's just beyond me that it can't be seen. But y'all watch this clip. It may take for a second for it to come through. So whoever's next can go ahead, and then when it uploads and everything, he can play it. But she clearly asked And if you listen to the girl, she specifically says, I know I told you that stuff was good. So y'all just listen to it when it comes through.
Okay.
For me. More organized.
Cindy Vettel Tatum says Ash said today that she wants to break up with Tim because he did nothing but watch porn while he was there. She did claim that. And then in the same breath, pretty much, she said that when it got cold, Tim would come back. So she's either rescuing him or she loves him, one or the other.
Rooster, you can go ahead if you'd like to.
Okay. Ellen, Jeannie, you're absolutely correct. If you listen to today's live, and I think we're going to be playing that, they are using Walt's credit card to pay for the hotel or motel that they're in now. And it was said today that the knock came on the door that the card didn't go through, so they're behind in the rent. So you have to ask yourself the question, if they're going to tell the Coalition for the Homeless that they're using their income to qualify, then why would they be using someone else's credit card to pay for a room? See, there's things that don't add up there, and that's not, it's illegal. Actually, you're scamming the government. It's what you're doing. That's not right. I mean, it's just not ethically right either to use and abuse opportunities that are given to you. There are people who really, really need the help, and they're waiting in line to get the help too. And yet you have so much income available to you, but you won't manage and budget your money accordingly. We all have to live within our means. You know, if you can't live in a $200,000 house, then you live in a $40,000 house, or you live in whatever you can live in. You live within your means, and that's what it's about. There seems to be some sort of prejudice with Ashley against anyone who actually has a house. She continually talks about white picket fences and describes everybody as having that. And that's not true. People work hard for what they have, and they should be allowed to get what they want with the hard working money that they have. It doesn't make them bad people. It doesn't make them wrong because they don't give their money away to someone who wants it or doesn't have as much.
Hey, I'm going to pass a second.
Okay. Lena McFarland asked, where is all their money going? Because they didn't pay rent at the Bunny for a while before they moved to this one. I believe I counted it up, and it was at least 3 weeks that they didn't pay. It could have been 4. 1 week is iffy. But no, they did not. But the girls got new clothes, and Ashley was sporting a new top today. Shoes, which I know the girls need that kind of stuff. But no, they should have had enough money to pay for a complete month's worth of rent at another motel.
Donna Benevice, I'm sorry if I butchered that, but she says, and panhandling, they are not claiming to the government. And that's very true. Any income that comes in when it comes to food stamps or housing, you're responsible for claiming that and letting them know that you have that coming in. And I highly doubt that she is letting them know that she has any of the money from panhandling coming in.
Jane Doe, you say if she takes 2 extra men to a new place, that may not work out. You wouldn't think it would work out, but you need to remember they lie about 2 extra men coming in. They don't tell the hotel, motel, or apartments that they're moving to that there are 2 extra men coming in. They just wait until they moved in, and they move in and they add them. Walt's card was used because he does get a senior discount. But at the same time, with all the disabilities and other avenues you have for discounts at a motel, you have to wonder why Walt's card had to be used. She has said several times that Walt doesn't pay very much for the rent. In fact, she said he only pays $25, I think, a month, or maybe it was just a week, which would only be $100 a month. But she also turned around earlier when she had her page and said he would pay 1 week's rent every month. So Walt is definitely helping to pay for something. So it's not totally all their burden like she wants us to believe at times. If you will go back and look in the uh, beta pack page, we've made posts actually listing their income by her own admission, what their income is from Social Security, from old age pension, from disability, from anything they get. We've made a list of it. And it equals out to be close to, if I'm not mistaken, $3,200 or $3,300 a month. She claims that the poverty level for four people in Colorado is $4,000. It's not. Poverty level is not $4,000 a month, or vice versa. I'm sorry, I may have got that confused. But they are above poverty level. Let me just let that be the bottom line. They are well above poverty level if they're honest about the income, because all of them live there. I know Tim is in a tent. We know that. But Tim still lives there. He comes in and stays there. He has lived for years there and then goes back to the tent. She's talked about breaking up with him, but she's also said at the same time it's going to get cold and he's going to come back. But the thing is, no one's telling anyone where they're living that they have extra people coming in their home to live that have incomes.
Helena Roberts Hatcher says she should do laundry instead of piling it in a corner. Boy, do I agree with you. But she's made a statement about that in which she says if she bends down to get the laundry out of the dryer, the oxygen tank will hit her in the head. So she can't do laundry. So therefore, Neil does the laundry because it's too hard on her with an oxygen tank. And that's all I'm going to say about that because I have a lot to say about it.
Paige Marie, I believe she's referring to Tim. She says, but plus she said he was a narcissist and a sociopath, amongst other things. Yes, she did, along with psychopathic tendencies, I believe. And then obviously she said multiple times that he's a alcoholic. And the problem with that is that you have your children around that. Her daughter was right there when she was speaking about those things and talking about waking up to him watching pornography. One, your daughter's there hearing that, and two, you're allowing that to be around your daughter. And when someone on the live asks why she would allow him to be around her daughters, her answer was because she loves him and because she can. That's just not a safe and healthy way to think when it comes to your children.
Okay, I just need to do a check. Is Tig here? Is Piper in?
I am
Piper's here.
here.
Tig-
Tig is here. Finally.
Yay!
Okay.
Yeah.
Yay.
We're gonna turn the floor to Tig and
Sorry,
let
guys. Okay. I'm sorry it took me so long, guys. I was trying. We was having some technical difficulties.
it's okay. We're glad you're
I see someone mentioned, well, several people mentioned about Tim calling Laura an unfavorable name. And I won't repeat it because I think it's not right and it's degrading, and I don't think any mother should ever let any man speak about their daughter or child in that way. So, I mean, I know it's hard to hear, and I apologize for it. We always do try to give a trigger warning, or let you know when it's going to be something that's going to be hard to watch, but, there's some things you just can't catch.
Okay, so I think Alpha has the video now. Before he plays it, though, I just want to address kind of something that Tig just said. I love my husband, but if he ever spoke to one of my children in the manner that that man spoke to her child in, he would be hitting the door. I'm
Mine
sorry.
too.
That
Yep.
is, I mean, you never, first of all, call anyone a name, but he would not have a place in this house. And he would be gone. I wouldn't leave. So that's alone is just a sorry mother. I'm sorry. I said it. I'm going to go ahead. I'm
Absolutely agree
done.
with
So pretty much when Alpha's ready for that one video I just sent him to play, that's the one that has where she asked for it. But I'm going to mute and let someone else answer till he gets that up.
No, a lot of people that support or wonder why
Mhm.
we're doing what we're doing. They don't think we have the right to ask her questions. When you make a public page, you have to look at the word public. We are the public. If you're going to set your life in front of the public and say, this is what I do every day, then it's only realistic to expect someone to ask a question, to want to know more. If you're going to make a public page and ask for money, then the public has a right to know what you did with the money they sent. They have a right to know why you want the money. The word here is public. If you don't want the public in your business, then you make a private page. There are some things that don't need to be on the internet. And when they are, the only expectation anyone should have is what's happening right now. You're talking thousands of people with thousands of opinions, with thousands of different lifestyles. Don't understand why anyone would be shocked that they would be questioned about anything that they're doing. It's a choice you make when you go public. If it stresses you out, if it causes you to trigger, if it causes you to have anxiety, there's only one cure. You turn off your phone and you step away and you don't do that. If you continue to do that, the only recourse anyone has to think is it's what you want. It's deliberate. You have a reason for that. And the people you're hurting around you, if you have children, what you're exposing them to is harmful. And the public is going to tell you it's harmful.
Chrissy Peak, and I lost it. No, I didn't. She says, honestly, those people are missing their brain cells to see and understand what Ashley is doing. They just don't care. I think that everybody likes to see a train wreck. I mean, you can't take your eyes off of it. You don't know what's fixing to happen. And so we're all glued to it just to see. The problem is the kids. I think for any one of us and any other mother out there, it has been the children that we have fought so hard for. Ashley doesn't see anything wrong with her behavior or the behavior she instills in her children. So, unfortunately, none of that will ever change.
Let's see. Cindy says, I question a lot of her diseases. And I can completely understand that. I think a lot of us do. Just the sheer amount of mental and physical health issues she says she has is outrageous. Minnie is our nurse with us, and I want to ask her, what do you think about that? Do you think it's likely that a person can have all of the illnesses that she claims to have?
No, it would be very rare, and I don't think she would be up walking and smoking with oxygen. I will just say that I'm quite a bit older than she is, and I don't have nearly the things wrong with me that she does.
Okay, I think we are ready to roll the video.
All right.
So let me just double check on that. And see if he's ready. See if he's ready to go.
While we're waiting, I agree. Marcy Harkness says, with the microwave, the electric skillet, a crock pot, there's numerous healthy choices that she could make for those children, and I completely agree. The only thing that I have seen them eat this entire time is junk food and processed food. Hot Pockets, pizza rolls seems to be their go-tos, and that's not healthy.
Okay, Alpha's ready.
Yeah, that's why I just told you that shit is bombed. Look at me, I'm sweating. Look, can we go in? Go in the house? No, because. Okay, let's just do it right here. It'll be just like, okay. Rico's sitting there all paranoid. He thinks the cops watching. He thinks that white van parked up there is the cops listening to him. Okay. Okay, cops don't do that. FBI does
Okay,
that.
Alpha,
Cops don't
can
do
you
that.
stop it a
Cops
second?
do a control buy.
Did y'all hear that? She specifically asked for clear. And the girl said, I told you that stuff was good. She may have said another word. I'm not going to repeat. I can't remember that. But did y'all hear that? That's one time that we caught her. One time. Let him play it again.
Look, can we go in? Go in the house? No, because. Okay, let's just do it right here. It'll be just like, okay. Rico's sitting there all paranoid. He thinks the cops watching. He thinks that white van parked up there is the cops listening to him. Okay. Okay, cops don't do that. FBI does that. Cops don't do that. Cops do a control buy and come in and bust your ass. Okay, well, I don't want to do that. Yeah, they would have already got it. As of right now. Hey. Yeah, that's why I just told you that shit is bombed. Look at me, I'm sweating. Look, can we go in? Go in the house? No, because. Okay, let's just do it right here. It'll be just like, okay.
Okay. The next thing out of her mouth is, let's just do it right here. Y'all tell me she's not doing something. And that's all I got to say about it.
And then later on, when she's confronted with it, she doesn't state that it never happened. She states that she bought pain pills. So, nowhere in there does she say pain pills. You hear it very clearly that it's clear.
I think we're ready to roll again if everything's okay.
Mhm.
And yes, she did say that stuff's good. It's got my head spinning. There's no way she can. I mean, she tried to say that we had edited that clip. She tried to say that we had changed the words that came out of her mouth. It was just insane.
Elena McFarland says, was that an anxiety attack that she had the other morning when she cussed at her daughter? That's what she claims it was. But any of us that have struggled with anxiety attacks know that that's not how they work. And again, Minnie is our nurse, and I'm going to go over to her because she knows a lot about this. So what would you like to say about that, Minnie?
Well, I did make a post about her anxiety attack that she had. I did not notice that she was sweating in any kind of way. And most of us know during a major panic attack, you will sweat. Sometimes your fists will clench. Talking is very, very rare in any circumstance with somebody with a panic disorder. You might utter the words, help me, or I'm sorry, but you will say that word over and over. Now, she was trying to say complete, utter babbling sentences. Hubba, bubba, bubba, I don't know. But that's the way it was coming out. And fortunately, she did not play that off very well. And she really needs to take some type of acting school if she's going to try to pull some of this off that she does. Because no, you nobody in her family ran over to see how she was. So I'm sure when the attention doesn't get her what she wants, that's what she goes into.
Thank you.
And nor can you eat during a panic attack, by the way. You don't eat fruit slices during a panic attack.
Exactly.
Your throat can restrict and feels like it's restricting. I have them. I can tell you right now, I sure don't eat. And I sure don't
Right.
talk.
I suffer from them as well, Minnie, and I honestly, I mean, before I figured out what it was, I thought I was having a heart attack when I had them because my heart would just race, be thumping
You
out of my
certainly can
chest.
feel that way.
Right. So I'm leery like you that that's what that was. I think that was either caused by something else or it was a horrible acting
If
job.
that was caused by something else, that's bad acting, and we need to figure out what that something else is. Because
Right.
the drug would make her act that way.
We want everyone to stay away from that.
Exactly. We need to figure out what that was. Paige Marie
Yeah,
says
you
also
will.
Neil said to her that the connection was blocked, so he was aware she was having that attack and she knew what she was doing. You know, poor Neil, our heart, almost every beta on here, our heart breaks for Neil. He is just like a pound puppy. Bless his heart. He does all the laundry. He does everything to keep her pacified and happy. But just like the PTSD video that she deleted that we got, Neil will go along with her for anything. And that's really sad for Neil himself, but he needs to put on his big boy panties and be the man.
Absolutely. Paige Marie once says, "Do you think Neil uses?" Um, I hate to speculate on that because there's never been any proof shown of that, and we like to be able to prove anything that we say. Um, my own personal opinion, like I said, this is just my personal opinion. There is no proof of anything. I think if he does, he doesn't as bad as she does. But again, there's never been any kind of evidence or proof that he's ever had a problem. Amy Rain, Neil is the father of one of the girls. The other one does not belong to him. I believe it's the younger one. Am I right, Minnie?
The younger daughter is Neil's. Lindy, the father's not in
Right.
the picture.
Okay. Thank you for that. Yeah. Mrs. Bellazoe says she tells him what to say. We have to kind of laugh at that. She whispers it like she thinks everybody can't hear her telling him what to say. And then she gets mad when we say something about it and says, "Well, I don't have to tell him what to say. He's a big boy. He can say what he wants." Well, then let him say what he wants.
Right. Alina McFarland says, mine too. She claims he doesn't care that she has a boyfriend, but he even said when she asked him on live that he doesn't like it. When they did that Q&A, somebody brought up that question, and you could tell that it bothered Neil to answer it, but he admitted not being a very good husband. And then he admitted uh, because of that reason, uh, he deals with it. So it's just a sad husband because I don't think she's much of a wife, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Sorry. Vanessa Stansbury said, any word on her coming on this live? We didn't invite her to this live. This live was meant to invite her to the birthday celebration we're going to have and give her a chance to speak. And when we do that, there's not going to be any bullying or attacking her. We want to give her a chance to speak her thoughts and give us a chance to speak to her as well.
And she could come in here as well, though. I mean,
Right.
she's not
Yes,
blocked
very
from
true.
our page. She could very well come in here.
She's welcome anytime she'd like.
Well, we've
Cindy
had
Tatum
some
says,
betas just drop off, haven't we?
"Yeah, we
I think
have.
they're
I don't
looking
know
for
where
some
they went."
I think they're looking for some videos.
Wes Christie says Neil needs to find him another woman. I don't know if he's got it in him, honestly. I think she has beaten that man down so much that he just waits every day to go to work, I think, just
Right.
to get away from her.
I've heard her recently claim that he had a girlfriend first, and that's why she got a boyfriend. So her story changed there. But it was the other day that I heard her say that, which I thought was funny.
Tina Keller says, but sad she's just teaching her girls how to use men for money. It is very sad. It's also sad that she allows them to. Her terminology is express themselves however they want because they deal with natural consequences. So, Laura thinks screaming will get her way because it has gotten her way. So that's what she'll continue, of course, to do. Any child would, if that's what they've been taught is okay. So yeah, it's a pretty messed up situation all the way around.
Cindy says Neil is there for the love of his daughters.
I agree.
I'm pretty right. I agree too. He works, a full-time job. He's putting in the work while she's at home doing nothing but being on live. So we definitely, we definitely agree with you on that one.
Chandra Miller, so today she said she's going to do revenge sex. Today's video was rather TMI in my opinion.
Right.
Again, to me it's sad that those girls are around that, and she comes right out and admits that she woke up to Tim watching porn. I mean, where were the girls? Were they there? I don't understand how a mother can put a man before her children.
Michelle Knott says, I have a clip of her daughter laughing about setting a squirrel on fire and she does nothing to correct it. No, she was too busy on live. And I think a lot of the time, and as y'all will see today or tonight when Alpha plays the live, there was some animal abuse going on. And unfortunately, Ashley doesn't correct it. Ashley doesn't say anything about it. She doesn't tell her it's wrong. It's concerning.
It is.
Because actually, if you do abuse animals, that is a sign for a psychiatric disorder.
Okay, I think Alpha may be ready to play the video. Let's check and see if that's ready to roll.
I'm just into the part where I'm taking my meds. So. I know pollen, huh? Pollen's bad. Pollen's the enemy. Pollen is the enemy. So I'm take my meds and I'm getting make pollen and do all this other shit I gotta do, right? Right. It's pill bottle after pill bottle after pill bottle every single day. I don't need that one. Good. So how's everybody doing today? That's about methylphenidate. I got one. I need a muscle relaxer. Oh, good grief. I need a brain relaxer. Oh, taking meds. Who else taking their meds today? Hey, Margaret. Hey, Monica. Come on, let's take their meds and be honest. Okay, that's all the meds I need to take. I'm serious. I could be. Why wouldn't I be okay? Taking my meds. Good, Margaret. Taking her meds. That's all that matters. In 3 hours, I'll turn into a toad. Hey, Monica. I just took your meds. I'm having taken meds this morning. I had a bucket of them. A lot of those are extra prescriptions, though. They're extra repeats in case I run out and the pharmacy's closed. Because our pharmacy likes to close for some weird fucking reason. These people up here that likes to close down. Like, It's just gonna be one of them days, I think. One of those days, guys. So, Elena, why wouldn't I be okay, huh? I really want to know that one. Because if somebody has to I'm okay, that means they believe I'm not okay. So then why wouldn't I be okay? Mm-hmm. Anyway. I'm going to do my makeup, whether I like it or not. I'm going to go bad anxiety this morning, too. Oh. Really bad. So what y'all don't know is I've been up about 2 hours. Freaking out. For 2 hours. For 2 whole hours. And it sucked. Can't find my glasses. Hi, Christy. Hi, Christy. Oh, cool. At least you got home health care coming in to clean. I'll be out there. That is cool. They keep wanting to set me up with home health care, but I'm like, wait till I got a home. You know, unless they won't come to motels anyway. Safety issues they cite. Well, yeah, I wouldn't go to a motel anyway. I wouldn't work at no way, dudes. Yeah, your wound. Come clean it up, girlfriend. Let it get infected. But I need gangrene. Oh, that suck. And the South is in love with gangrene, I'm telling you. And necrotizing fasciitis. Love the South. We also have a brain eating amebas. I mean, come on. The South is like the shit. Forgot something. Very, very important here. Come the fuck on. Are we serious? Well, I guess we're serious. It's one of those things, I guess. Morning, Jessica. It's still early morning because I feel like it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon already. I think 90% of that is the anxiety that I went through this morning. Still have a little bit of it, but not as bad. Sorry, I gotta open this. The shrink stopped them. It's like, okay, shrink wrap my beauty products. Make it worse for me to get into. I already have fine motor skill problems. Come on now. Thank you, finally. Sometimes they get these beauty products so wrapped up in packaging, you're like, why did I even buy this shit? It takes me 20 minutes to get into it. What's really bad is Christmas. You know, if you got kids, you know what I'm talking about. Buy my toy something, it's got 40 million straps holding it onto the damn plastic shit on the back. Your kids want it right now, not 25 minutes from now when you get all that shit undone. Oh man, they need to start doing that to us parents. And I know why they do it. But us parents are the ones that get the screaming and hollering and I want my toy and all that, you know. That's what they get. And the kids just knowing you're just giving the toy from them. You just got my toy and you won't give it to me now. Give it to me. Yep. Shit. Sorry. And I really love those packages. They're not even scissors, a chainsaw, and a jackhammer will get through. Those are always fun to open at Christmas or on birthday. I'm using fun in the very loosest manner of sarcasm I can do. But trust me, it ain't fun. I know phones are a pain in the ass on the market. Yeah, so damn. Wish my Voltaren Joe would hurry up and act. Shit, he's a hurry. I'm mad at it. I'm sorry, when I put something like that, I want to mess it at work like right now. Not like 10 years from now, right now. So I always hated when they changed my psych meds. So I'll give it 6 to 8 weeks. 6 to 8 weeks and we're going crazy. Okay. And what if it doesn't work? Well, then we'll change it to something else. But when did I sign up for this shit? Look at I'm on the right meds now. It's just my anxiety's out of control. You know what? It has to do with stress of having to move all the damn time. But we're going to get a bigger place for a little bit, and then we'll get an apartment or a house, whatever they find us. You know, they could like to work with people. They don't give you the do or die approach, you know, do it or die. Drill sergeant like and shit. Which is fucking awesome. Oh crap. Oh man. Sorry. Left hurt me pretty bad. Even nails like that, it hasn't healed right. I'm like, yeah, think. You think. Could be worse, I guess. I could have no hand to hurt at all. That's the way I look at it. It could be worse. Ow. My Illuminati quad. I like that fucker. Purdy. It's purdy. So I get to have fun with it today. It's not like I'm going anywhere or doing anything. I never do. Got to get my car down, brakes plus, and get that alternator replaced. Oh no. I'm pretty sure it's a damn alternator. It's under warranty, so it's just going to cost labor. And trust me, we got that $80, so don't worry about that. So they can stop there squawking over my damn car. The one squawking knows what I'm talking about. Ow. Crapazoid. Morning, Kim. Nice to see you here today. Nice to see everybody here. Because you know what? That means we're alive, right? Now, alive and living are two different things, okay? Keep that in mind. You can be alive all you want to, but not live. And you can live all you want to, but not be alive. I mean, it's just as simple as that. Sorry, I like doing my eye makeup. I love doing eye makeup. It's the best part of the day. Really put on makeup is like the best part of my day. Regardless of what. I have anxiety. As we get centered and grounded and focused and everything else, it's just, yeah. Yep. Okay. Make sure she's even, you know. Okay. Let's do it this way first. Rethink. Rethink a little bit here. One more bit. I know no way that I makeup or skincare advice for me at all. Just to let y'all know that. Because I'm rather stupid. I am. Yeah, this Illuminati quad is really cute. And it's got some cool little colors in it too. It's sparklies. I like sparklies. I don't know what y'all I like sparklies. Almost done. And make a blow my makeup. Sorry. I'm glad I wasn't wearing makeup in the 80s because I would have looked like a member of the Cure. No, we haven't moved into a new place. We won't do it to until next week. And it'll be a temporary motel stay until we get an apartment or a house. But I know that a lot of people, that ain't good enough either. Even though the next motel is going to be paid. So we stock away a lot of money and do what we need to do. Some people, that still is not good enough. Morning chocolate fix. I'm sorry, but when chocolate's so good, it's so good. It really is. I mean, there ain't much better to do than sit around and put my makeup on. It really ain't. Not right now, anyway. Later on, could be other things to do. But I'm sorry for you know, I'm having to get the grill out of storage today. We're bringing the grill. I do. I want some grilled chicken so bad. Or even grilled steak. I don't care. I want to grill. And when I want to grill, I want to grill. I always want to grill though. I'll be out there in the middle of winter time. Snow falling, grilling. Good morning, Red. Nice to see you here, dude. Okay. Eyeliner time. Time to fight the elephant eyeliner. I knew I could throw that away. I know chocolate's good, huh? I like to do the chocolate in the morning. Tim got me started on chocolate. Like that. I was never a big fan of chocolate. That on Tim. Chocolate fix every night. You do it so many years, you know, you just kind of get used to it. It's just the thing you get used to. I had someone last night with audacity to tell me to get off all my meds so I could be a good mother. Nobody wants to see me without my psych meds, okay? Nobody wants to see me without my psych meds. I don't even want to see me without my psych meds. I take them by choice and I take them for a reason. You know, I don't care for dark chocolate too well. It's a little too bitter for me. I like milk chocolate. Greg, I'm trying my best to have a great day. Just alleviating anxiety, talking, and doing my makeup. That helps with anxiety a lot. So does the calm benefit. At least I did take my meds. Even though that one girl told me to stop taking them. Like, wow, who made you a medical doctor? Yeah, I'm so addicted to Zoloft. Can't quit it. I might have withdrawals, you know.
Alpha, if you want to pause it for a second, we can answer a few questions.
I'll put that on the refrigerator.
Okay, I've seen some comments and questions about how she doesn't send her daughter to school. Elena says, I have, sorry, wrong one. I lost it. But several people have mentioned about how she doesn't send her daughter to school, and that's true. And it's wrong, and she's taking away from her daughter. And at some point, it becomes truancy. It becomes a problem, and the courts and police can get involved. The courts can order her to have to send her child to school, and then if she doesn't follow through with that, she can actually get jail time. So it can become a issue with the courts.
Yeah, Marcia Harkness says, right, you can't sit in your car and panhandle. Who's going to see her? And that is the height of laziness. I want your money, but bring over here to my car. You are exactly right. I thought the same thing when I heard her say that she panhandles, but she sits in her car to do it. I I couldn't believe my ears. I just had to laugh. You know, not only like you said, really, you want my money, but you can't even get up out of your car to ask me. But I mean, like you said, who's gonna see her? Who's gonna, what'd she do? Hang out the window hollering, hey, will you give me some money? It just doesn't make any sense.
Marcy Harkness
Michelle
says,
Peterson. Go ahead.
Marcy Harkness says, so I feel that if she can go out and stand on the street corner panhandling, she could get a job as a Walmart greeter, cashier, doctor note, and you can sit at the register, answer phones, lots of things if she can stand on a street corner. And that's absolutely correct. I was actually just mentioning this the other day. If you can stand out on the street for hours to make money, there's no reason why you can't get a job sitting. And her reasoning that she can't do an office job is her mental health, that her anxiety won't allow her to be around people. But yet she stated today that if she had the chance to live alone, she wouldn't like that because she would get bored. So if you're that afraid, if you have social anxiety that bad, you wouldn't be inviting all these people into your hotel room to stay with you. So there's some contradictions in those statements.
Pip, was you here? Did you have a comment you wanted to address, hon?
Can I step in here for just a minute? Just want to
Sure.
remind everybody to
Sure.
please make sure your comments are not body shaming or bullying. Please be respectful of that.
Thanks, Rooster. I appreciate that. Yeah, that's not something that we can condone. We're not here to put anybody down. We're just trying to make some people see that what they're doing isn't good.
Piper, did you have
One of
something
the
that you wanted to
ladies
say?
was
Sorry, honey.
that's okay.
I'm looking at the comments. I was just redirecting. No, Rooster can go ahead, I think. Oh no, you can go ahead. You're after me.
Actually, Tig, while I'm looking for some comments, can you go ahead, please?
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
Well, the one lady was wanting, no problem. She was wanting to know about the how's she not going to have to pay rent for a year. Ashley had posted a post stating that the homeless coalition had gotten a hold of them and was working with them to get them in more permanent housing, and that they were not going to have to pay rent for a year so they could save up money to get said place. And if y'all hear baby crying in the background, I apologize. That's my little granddaughter. She's getting sleepy. And there's no need for anybody to apologize. We wanted to remind everybody to, try to keep it as respectful as possible.
Also, we'd like to for y'all to keep in mind that it's so easy to come on the internet and to have a pretend life, to make up a life that you wish you had, that you may look back and regret so many things, that if you could do it again, you would do it differently. And so you start making up things that aren't true, and you start lying to keep it going. And a lot of times this comes from people who are hurting so bad, they're broken. They may be at the very bottom. No one wishes ill on anyone in that situation. No one wants Ashley's page to be taken down. The only thing that we're trying to get across is that people need to be aware that you can cross the line where you're not helping, you're enabling, and you're also hurting yourself by giving when you don't need to be giving. We need to make others aware now that social media is so predominant. We used to go sit around kitchen tables and talk. Now we get on our cell phones and text, or we talk through pages. So we've got to adjust our way to look at it and our way of thinking about it. Panhandling is on the corner, but now panhandling is also through the internet. And this is a form of panhandling. It's not any different. There's just not a sign being held up. Someone's actually talking. But we have compassion and mercy for people who are broken and hurt, who need help, no matter if they have disorders or they have a disease. We understand their issues and that there are people who are suffering. Our message is, if you're in that situation, you need to get out of the situation. You need to get off of social media and putting your life in front of the public. It's not helping you, and it's not helping anyone else. And it's going to go nowhere fast. And it's going to cause a lot of drama that's not necessary. And it does a lot of damage to people who want to give. They learn how not to trust. And that's not a good thing. We need to be able to trust one another and believe in one another.
Amen. Thank you for saying that, Rooster. You have such a way with words. I knew you could put it better than I could. I know a lot of people are expressing some anger about the free rent for a year. Um, Trust me, I completely understand where you're coming from. It's like a slap in the face to everyone that is struggling to make it and doing the best that they possibly can. Um, I don't think that there's any way that she obtained the help truthfully. So, hopefully, karma will come back to her and they will probably find out. So, to the lady that wanted me to give my granddaughter a big old hug, thank you, honey. She had a big day today.
I think we can roll again.
This milk, it had me have to sign back in. I'm like, what? Well, this mascara here actually conditions your lashes too. That's really good. And it's really an intense black, which I happen to love. I do. I would love to be a product tester. Get my reviews out. Hey, folks. Mascara on the finger again. I'm good at getting mascara everywhere. That's just how I roll. This mascara is really good. It is really good. I like it. It's really, really expensive though, so I'm not buying it. Even on eBay, it's expensive. So I'm not gonna buy it. Think it's my ass. And you keep that shit. On eBay, people want $20, $30 for it. What? For a mascara? Please, people. I was born in the morning, but it just was not yesterday morning, okay? On yesterday morning. So, speak up. How's everybody doing? Including you behind the mask. How are you doing? See, I'm putting on my mask. That mascara tube's heavy enough to knock somebody with. Get seriously, knock somebody out. Got all these people in this room watching me here, and nobody can say hi or tell me how they're doing. Okay. I keep that in mind. Let's see here, what else do I need? Start getting together everything that I need. Because my brain is like, where is everything? I can't wait to get to move over the other more time, get things situated. Oh, well, thank you. Yes, Kim, everything is expensive. That's why I let my mama buy my Ipsy, and that's what I get. Cool thing about Ipsy, though, I get to choose 3 of my products. Hey, Michelle. My mom says she pays like $36 for my Ipsy, which is the full five full-size products. She also gave me a little sample bag, too. It's like, the bags just suck, but care less about it. But a big one that light, yeah. We've been doing it for 6 years. She just won't stop. It's like, okay. Although I may get her to switch me over to BoxyCharm simply because Ipsy has gotten to where they're giving the same kind of products all the time, just a different brand or a different name on it. Like trying out new products, not a new product from a different brand. It's the same damn thing I tried last week. Sorry, I'm just picky like that. And, my mom most likely would. Because I heard, what is it, BoxyCharm or Alert? One of them has a really good deal going on right now. Better than my Ipsy deal. Yes, Michelle, you finally caught me live. I'm Marilyn. Hello from Kentucky. Oh. And the song just popped in my head. Blue moon of Kentucky, you keep on shining. That's fine. Yeah, Kim, you're right. Sometimes you're paying for the name, but other times you're paying for quality. Definitely paying for quality. And I found a lot of good brands that are great with the quality and their price. I've got a lot of brands that are great with the quality, not the price. And I've found both that sucked at both. So that's why I like to try out things before I actually buy the full-size things and stuff like that. Before I go out and just like, oh, I want all this makeup. And I buy it and get home and it's like, oh, this shit sucks. I hate doing that. But hell, I grew up on Estee Lauder makeup. It ain't nothing wrong with Estee Lauder. They gotten cheap over the years, though. They've gotten real cheap over the years. It's not good. But I don't know how cheap is in price, but not cheap is in cheaply made. But Estee Lauder in the 90s was a hot product. It wasn't nothing for my mom to go out and spend $400 for me before school to have makeup. Because, I wasn't leaving the house without it. When I went, hell, you were making me go to school without makeup on. Oh, I got bullied and shit. No, Kim, I'm in Colorado. The great state where everything goes, evidently. Oh, Lord. I got more shit I got to upload to eBay today, too. Anybody want to do that for me? I don't feel like adulting today, but that's part of adulting. My shit out there to sell. Woohoo. Make a mess of your face.
Can we stop?
Have fun.
Thank you. I just want to say something here because I see some comments too. It's actually really puzzled us because when something doesn't make sense, you have to go over and over it and you wonder what in the world, help it make sense. If your mother's going to pay for you to have makeup every month, that must be years of makeup that's been collected. But I don't understand how you can show a product and know the price of it if it came in a kit that was sent to you. And at the same time, talk about buying makeup online, but buying it cheaper. If you don't have enough money for food or you don't have enough money to pay your rent, the last thing you buy is makeup. There's obviously an obsession with the makeup. I don't know where that fits in. My guess would be she's imitating other people that she's seen, influencers online, as a way to draw some attention to herself. Um, Maybe this is something she feels like she can do well. But the irony of it is wanting to also represent Ipsy or Box Charm, but speak so negative about Ipsy or so negative about certain products. And I find that kind of ironic that you think someone would pick you up to advertise for them when you talk so negative about their product. That's just a little baffling how that could possibly work. And not just that, but the overall compass of her own morals being represented with a company. This is, I'm not sure there's a connection there that she's seeing, that, there's so much more to that than just saying, I like your product. A lot more goes into that. So there's just not some reality, I don't think, connecting there in some areas. And it's sad. It's, once again, like I said, I think it's that life of make believe mixed in with the life that she had, that she doesn't want to take responsibility for the past. So she just carries it with her and wants everybody else to be blamed for it so she can continue on doing what she's doing.
I'll answer one question real quick. Dawn Giddings call says, hopefully, if this family is given the gift of living rent-free for a year, that they will save their money for a more permanent place to live. I also hope that they will be checked upon to make sure the new place is being kept as clean as a clean environment. I really hope so too. And one thing that she's made statements about that I think we'd like to clear up is we've never wanted her to be homeless. We've never wanted the girls to be homeless. If anything, those girls deserve to have a steady place to live, a place where they have their own rooms, where they're not having to share a bed in one room with, multiple people. We want that for them. But we also want her held accountable when, if she's, doing the government wrong, if she's taking advantage of people or the government, we can't just sit back and not make people aware of that. So, it's twofold.
And Sweet Gypsy Rose, that reference to the mask is for us. Make Don't be fooled by anything else. The mask reference is for the alpha and the betas. She makes a reference that we hide behind masks. Here's another ironic situation. She's screaming, I'm being stalked, I'm being stalked, I'm afraid, I'm afraid. Yet when we explain to her not giving out real names and not showing identities is because we don't want to be stalked, we don't want to be doxxed, it's to protect ourselves. Somehow or another, that doesn't register as being okay for us, but it's okay for her. So there's a detachment there when I see that or hear that. It doesn't make any sense how it's okay for her to use the language she uses, to call us the name she calls us, to have people comment. And we have screenshots of her followers and the comments they've made that are hideous. We don't show them. But yet she's claiming we allow bullying, but her page is doing the exact same thing she claims we're doing, but she can't see in the mirror her own reflection, that she's actually looking at herself. I think that goes back to, it's a lot easier to blame everybody else, just like she's been doing all this time about her past. Every disorder, every problem, everything always goes back to someone else's fault, and someone else has to take the blame, never takes the responsibility for it. That's why we don't think anything's going to change.
Right.
Before we start back, I want to say something.
Go ahead, sir.
You go ahead.
Go ahead, girl. What you got to say?
Okay. Before we start back, I want to say something because it's going to come up in one of these videos when she talks about stimming, flapping, rocking back and forth. That is a thing. My child does it. He has autism. You don't just stim and stop though. You don't start stimming and then stop and do your makeup or smoke a cigarette. It's uncontrollable. You have to console them. So her stimming is because she's wanting. That's not how that works. It's when it starts, it doesn't just stop so you can smoke a cigarette or put on makeup or get on live. It's and then just start it back and talk about it. That's not right.
Right. For me, I know when I have a panic attack, I rock back and forth. And it's a
Too.
self-soothing thing, like you said. It's not something that I can even control when I'm in the middle of the panic attack. And I'm not sure about anyone else, but panic attacks are very emotionally and physically draining for me. Almost every panic attack I've ever had, I uncontrollably cry when I start to calm down from it. And that's the body's way of saying, okay, we're calming down now, we're okay. She she says that other people need to learn more about disorders and things, but she's the one claiming them, and she is the one that needs to learn more about them.
Yeah, and I mean, let's face it, y'all. All of us I'd say all of us, most of us at one time or another have had a panic attack. We all do something differently. Some of us do the same thing. Personally, I have never seen anyone stop to eat during a panic attack.
Mm-mm.
I've never seen anyone stop and answer a question during a panic attack. I've never seen anyone stop to get a cigarette or stop to do something and then go back into the panic attack. That's what amazes me is the ability to control it. I certainly could never control my panic attacks. They controlled me. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
finding it hard to believe that
Absolutely.
once you've had a panic attack, when you're over it within seconds, you're just back to your good old jolly self, talking and making a conversation with people. I personally have never experienced that or seen that before. I think we're ready to roll the video.
Everybody's talking about my face anyway. Rude, hateful comments I've read. Say, okay. You don't like my face, go away. I never look at it. I'm gonna hide it because people don't like it. That's just what people. I don't like it either. Oh, what a chamomile mask tonight! I swear. I really am. Dude, foundation out of the way. Foundation's out of the way. I gotta work some more of this shit too. But hey, it's $6.99 a bottle. I'm not bitching. Not at all. I usually order 3 at a time, and the last time I did, I had to give Laura one because she didn't have a foundation, and her skin tone just about the same as mine. Lindy, no, I got a little porcelain for her. She's like white, paper white. Saw that Scandinavian she got in her from her father's side. Let's see here. Oh, I wanted to show you something. I'm going to show you. Let me spill it out. I'm not going to be able to show you. I'm not going to know where the fuck I put it. Imagine that. I've got a soothing chamomile mask from Alhava. What's a good brand? They make their stuff with Dead Sea salt and Dead Sea mud minerals. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's all made in the West Bank in Israel. And those Israelites know what they're doing when it comes to skincare. Oh, Elf is great. Wow, Elf's got great products and great prices. I mean, I got my little Elf quads over here too. Have you tried their hemp stuff yet? Their hemp infused face oil and face cream and lip balm and stuff. Have you tried that? I have. I love it. In fact, for this winter, I'm probably going to switch over to their hemp infused face cream to use at night. Just because it's so thick, you don't need hardly any moisturizer. It's so damn good. Oh, that Elf is just the bomb. I shit you not, Elf is the bomb. So, I do like Elf. I do. I'm a makeup whore. I love makeup.